Good morning, folks. It's Saturday and we're on site down here at the build site. So looking forward to see the progress, what's going on today. Got the roofing material, at least part of it's been delivered, so we're going to do a quick weather check and see what's going on. Looks pretty cloudy. We had some rain last night, and like I said, that's not unusual here. But it soaked the build site. I can tell you that from at least my area did. And I'm sure the build site's the same way. But there's a lot of stuff going on. I got want to check out the progress on the aircon, chipping work on that, the roof structure, the roof material being put down, and they're actually starting in with my overhead ceiling. So I want to check all that out and then see the initial progress of where they're at. So let's head on over to the site and see what's going on. Well, folks, as we approach the two houses, mine being on the left there and my neighbor's on the right, you can see just quickly what's going on. You can see that they're working on the top section, finishing up the columns there on his exterior walls. And I hope that wind noise is not messing up my mic. And you can see his pattern on the top portion of the fence here. And like I talked about before, you can't go up in height with the solids portion of the walls. You have a certain height restriction, and we're at the max on that. And then you have to put some type of open design up on top. They don't allow that straight wall up. So you can see that they've done a pretty good job on the wall there. I mean, it's just pretty simple, basic design, something that looks nice. I like it. And you can see above there, and above his windows, that they're going to do, and excuse me if I don't pronounce this correctly, a Juliet grill or design up on top. It's more of a safety feature because those windows do open up, they slide out, and it is a safety concern. One of the things that they're doing on my house, and I'll show you a good example of, is that they're actually embedding the pipes in and chipping instead of running them on the outside. A little extra cost. I think it's about 800 or 1,000 pesos per unit. But let me get you a good example of that. You can see right there how that the pipe going from the condenser to the inverter unit, how there that one's just looks like it's almost finished up, and you can see how much cleaner that looks. So when they chip and embed these in the wall, this one here is almost done. Excuse me. Footing around here is tough. Got Angie's septic tank is completely buried. And like I said, the aircon guys are doing that, started that same process on mine. We'll go over to the wall here and check out what they're doing. You can see that they're finishing up the lower portion of the wall here. Roof structure they're still working on that roof structure. Then after they finish that up, next week, here is my roof samples of some of the material that's going on, that stone coat that we ended up with. It'll be here. It's got a very, very rough texture to it. That's the color that we have here. The small amount that's put on Angie's lot. I don't know why it's over there, but they'll move it. And they start on it, and I'm hoping either the week after next or maybe the end of next week that they're going to be able to do that. The cabinetry and all the vanities have been ordered, coming from China. It's going to take a while, a couple months for them to complete the order. Same thing with my windows, have already been put in place, and they're somewhere in the actual process right now. I'm not sure what part of the supply chain whether they're probably at the manufacturing, the orders are there and the manufacturers are putting them together, and nice dual pane or dual glaze as they call them out here are coming in. So we're waiting on that concept. I should say we're waiting on the product, final product. And we've got this this front area that we had changed. Instead of being a complete wall where they're putting up those deals, they're making these making a wall on one side because you got canopies on the front there to cover the garage, and they're going to have they're going to be open, and it looks quite a bit different from the second floor than it does the first floor. You can see the guys are still working on their plaster coats or skim coats up on top, and for me that's a big plus because let me show you. It's okay, Kuya, come on in. And I know, yes, he's younger than me, and I call him Kuya, so for all you people who are going to write in and say he's younger, don't bother. To me, it's a sign of respect that I show these folks here. These guys work hard for a low scale. You can't expect, excuse me, can't expect the same type of quality that you're going to get in the West, because they pay these guys in the West a lot of money. But here, looking at my my structure, you can see the drop ceilings where they're going to be in place here. It started on, they moved pretty quick on it because this started, I think, late last week or early this week, and they've already got this almost completed. You can see that the structure for the drop ceiling is in, and they haven't done it on here. And then you can see it on the garage where they're actually putting in the forms for it, for the structure to sit on. You can see where it's mounted on the garage wall. And they came out this morning, and they're also doing the measuring for the garage doors and the motors that are going to be actually operating those garage doors. Not cheap either, too. Compared to the U.S., you can get garage doors. I mean, there's so many people doing it. It's such a quick process. I mean, in one day that they would have two doors up and the motors and everything mounted. But one of the things that I'm really excited about here is the no more of this water sitting here. Once the rain, 2 more weeks from now, if all goes well, I'm not going to have that sitting on the floor, which will be awesome. Be so happy not to walk in here and see these from the rain that we had last night. I was still looking at the weather this morning. Didn't do a weather check. Apologize about that. But the cloudy rain last night. You can see from the water on the floor. No more. At least there won't be anything in the house. You can see here where they're doing. Fold this along here. I had this opened up and added on. See where they're putting the columns are already in place. There, and then another one over there. And this will be filled in with a canopy. It'll be completely enclosed, but you'll have your laundry, dirty kitchen, and a storage area back here. So all in all, that's good. You can see my tile that's still sitting, that's sitting here. That's going to be my floor. Everything's really dirty and dusty, so it really doesn't do it justice. But I chose to stay away from the non-slick floors because I love the way they look, but for me, I don't like the fact that when they get wet, they get slick, and on top of it, they show every, with the 7 people in our family and the dog running around, dragging dirt. Every time they come in the house that we're in now, they drag dirt in. I don't care if you take your shoes off or not, it still manages to get in here. The kids just aren't as disciplined. You're not going to keep that dirt out. That's just, unfortunately, that's just a fact of life. Okay, folks. Anyway, I just want to sign off, say goodbye. Just tell everybody thanks, and I appreciate the comments and the support that we get. It's always good to get some good words. Get some haters every once in a while, but I think that's normal. I think you're gonna have your trolls no matter where you go. So just try to be respectful. If you got comments, great. I don't have any problem with that. Just keep it as respectful as possible, and we're good to go. Anyway, you guys stay safe, and God bless. Take care.